Alrighty, hi everybody. Guess where I am today? I am in the Great Swamp National Wildlife Refuge. Yeah, and today we have a special friend with us. She is going to teach us all about different animals and their homes, their habitats. So let's get started. All right, so this is our friend. Let's have her introduce herself. Who is this?
Hi everybody, my name is Miss Jenny and I'm in charge of environmental education here in the Great Swamp. So that means I get to teach about nature all day.
All right, so what habitat are we in right now? Would you be able to tell us a little about it?
I sure can. I mean, look around. What I see are lots of trees. Do you see all those trees?
Mm-hmm.
When I see lots of trees and it's dry, that tells me we're looking at a forest. And that's where we are. We're in a forest. It's a dry habitat with lots and lots of trees.
All right, and would we be able to learn how to say forest in Spanish?
I can teach you that. To say forest in Spanish, you say el bosque. Can you guys say that? Bosque.
All right, so now that we know the habitat, what are a couple animals that live in this habitat?
I'm ready for you, Mr. O. How about this one?
Ooh.
This is called a white-tailed deer. Have you guys ever seen a white-tailed deer where you live? We have so many of them here. And this is what their tracks look like. This is a boy, a girl, and a baby. And they find everything they need here in the forest. That's why it's their habitat. They find food, like acorns and leaves and bark. They find shelter, a place to sleep, which is really right on the ground. They can get their water nearby at the pond. So this is one animal we have that lives here. Another animal that lives here, and I bet you know this one, is called the gray squirrel, right? They love trees and they love acorns. So this is the place for them. Right now, they're spending a lot of time making nests up in the top of the trees. This is a squirrel's nest. It's really big and leafy, so it doesn't look like a bird's nest. And inside, 2 squirrels can sleep, toasty warm, waving back and forth with the wind in the wintertime. So we're seeing squirrels stuffing their mouths full of leaves and running up the trees to make a nest way up high. Would you like to see another animal from the forest, Mr. O?
Yes, we would.
I don't know for sure that we'll see this one. We'll try it. Some animals live down here. Take a look on the bottom. This is called leaf litter. And it's not the bad kind of litter, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is litter made from leaves. That's good. Some animals live under that. So we have something over here. We have a board which some of those leaf litter animals might hide under. I have one in mind. I'm hoping we're going to see. I don't know. If you want to come close, let's see who lives in the bottom of the forest. Well, what I see lots of tunnels. This is from a tiny furry animal as small as a mouse called a shrew who eats bugs. I see eggs from a slug.
Wow.
Yeah. I see a wood cockroach. This isn't the kind of cockroach that people get upset about living in their houses. This guy lives out in the forest, and that's where he's supposed to be. What I was really hoping for, but we didn't get, was a salamander.
Oh.
This is a red-backed salamander. I find him under here a lot, but we weren't lucky today because all the animals here at the Great Swamp are free. They are not in cages. They get to go wherever they want. So they went someplace else today, but that's okay. We saw some cool stuff.
All right. Let's go see some other habitats.
Sounds good.
All right, so Miss Jenny, where are we now?
Okay, we are in a different habitat. Can you see how sunny it is here? It's actually very nice and warm. I'm loving it. Right in just this little space, because habitats don't have to be really, really big. They can be small. This is a small meadow. So a meadow is a dry habitat, but it doesn't have trees. It has plants like grasses and wildflowers. If you were here a couple of months ago, there were a lot of flowers blooming. And this is the kind of place where you might come to look for butterflies, because there's lots of flowers. So they're going to come out here to sip nectar from the flowers. Another animal that we look for out here, we get very excited about, is a box turtle. Now, box turtles like the forest too. They blend in really well with that leaf litter, but they like to come out here in the meadow because they find seeds and berries and other things that they can eat. And I have one more animal. Look at that guy. I don't know how you guys feel about snakes. I love snakes. I think they're awesome. A snake is never gonna come out and jump out and hurt you. Okay, we're gonna try and see a snake. I don't know if we're gonna be lucky, Mr. O. We're gonna try. We're gonna look under another board. Come on over here. This one's called a ribbon snake. I've been lucky lately under this board, right over at this end, Mr. O.
Oh, well, right here we have a dragonfly.
Oh, look at that. That's an autumn meadowhawk.
Wow.
That's only we see them in the fall, and they love this sunny meadow. This is perfect for them.
Okay.
Come over this end, Mr. Sean.
Let's see if we can.
We're hoping. I don't know. It would be right in this area if there's anybody here. We'll take a look. No snakes. We're not getting lucky for your friends, Mr. Sean. I'm sorry about that. I see an ant back here. There was a very big ant nest. I can still see some of the tunnels, but I don't really see too many ants because everybody's getting ready to go to sleep for the winter. Okay, but I can see that a mouse has dug some tunnels under here. Okay, so there are other animals that are still using this shelter in the meadow.
All right. Oh, and for our Spanish friends, how do we say that in Spanish?
Which word do you want to say?
Meadow.
Ooh, I would say maybe campo, which is like a field.
Okay.
That could be a couple of different kinds of field, but I think that's probably the closest one I would use. But I want to tell you a different word in Spanish. Can I tell you how to say snake in Spanish?
Sure, let's hear that.
Culebra.
Culebra.
That's just fun to say.
All right.
Culebra. And I would say, me encanta culebras, which means I love snakes.
All right. Wow. Thank you. All right. Do you want to go see the next habitat?
I do. One more to go.
All right. Let's see it. All right. Miss Jenny, so where are we now? Wow.
Wow. We are at a very different habitat. It's still nice and sunny and open, but it sure is not dry. This is a pond.
Wow.
Okay? And a pond is different from a lake because a lake is deeper. It's so deep on the bottom of a lake that it's very cold and dark and no plants can grow. But here in my pond, plants can grow all the way down to the bottom. You can see lots of different plants growing.
Lots of plants.
And there's a lot of interesting animals that come here, like this one.
Oh.
This is the painted turtle. He looks like he's been painted with a little paintbrush. And the time that we see them is when they come out on these wooden squares out here. If you want to move up, Mr. Sean, there is one tiny turtle out there. We're going to try and zoom in. I don't know how it's going to go.
All right, I'm going to point him out for you guys, but there he is, little turtle on the corner there.
He's standing very still because what he's doing is getting warm. You are warm all the time because you're what's called warm-blooded. A turtle is cold-blooded. He's got to go sit someplace warm if he's going to get warm. And that's how he digests his food. So he's got to do that. Let me show you a couple of other animals that we get here. We get Canada geese like this. They flip themselves over and put their behinds in the air to feed on the plants in the water. And sometimes they have a nest here and we get baby geese on the pond. And my last animal is this awesome great blue heron. I'm going to tell you, the great blue heron is taller than you. Okay? It's like up to here on me. Look at that big beak, and it's catching fish in the water. It is an awesome bird. We don't see them every day, but we get really excited when we do. And they might stay here all winter, at least until there gets to be too much ice and there's no place for the heron to hunt anymore. But as long as he can get through that ice and that water, he's going to stay here and hunt.
Right.
So we saw the forest, el bosque. We saw the meadow, el campo. And we saw the pond, el estanque. That's a little bit hard. Estanque.
Estanque.
Yeah.
All right.
So we saw 3 different habitats. and we saw the different animals that like them. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys.
All right, everyone say thank you to Miss Jenny. All right.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye. Okay.